Yes, sir. I hope y'all ready for this one. Mic check 1 2 1 2. About to get this thing started, man. Something to Smoke 2 podcast. Y'all already see we got the rapper in the building. What up, Zebo? Hey, man. We squeezed in here, man. A little technical difficulties with the other camera, but we gonna keep it going. Oh yeah, man. Always, man. Something to Smoke 2 podcast, man. We about to get this thing started. Had a good week. Y'all know how we started out, man. I got to go around the room, see what you're smoking, what you're drinking. I'm going to start off with my man, Smoke. Smokey, what you smoking, what you drinking, bro?
Man, today I'm dabbling into Isla del Sol. I'm smoking on that infused for my infused people. And, you know, it's a Nicaraguan smoke.
Yeah.
Oh man, just have a number of tobaccos mashed in with a coffee taste, and a real sweet tip, man. You know they dip it in sugar so you can get that good flavor on your palate.
I feel you. What you pairing it with?
And I'm pairing it with the bamboo, man. Y'all know I keep it sweet, man. Keep it sweet.
Hey, man, how was your week?
Oh man, my week was pretty good, man. You know, running behind the kids and you know, dealing with other things at the house. You know, trying to keep things in order. Yeah. Being the voice of the home. you know.
Well, we gonna get into that shit. Yeah. All right. Z, what's up, man? What up, bro? What you smoking? What you drinking?
Finishing off with the pop. Transition over to
Oh, so you just went all against the grain and you already smoking.
Yeah. Byron's left me.
What kind of Liga you got? No, Liga.
Not liquor.
Not liqueur.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, you tried to read the whole thing. Velvet Rat.
Yeah.
Is what you got over there. What you pairing with, bro? Gentleman Jack. How was your week? Oh, Disney Plus, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey man, are you supposed to be talking about this show already? All right, we got to clear it. Then we got to clear it. Something to Smoke 2, man. Steve-O, what's going on, brother?
Ain't nothing, man.
What you smoking? What you drinking?
So today I got an Arturo Fuente, which is a smooth mouth cigar and a Cameroon wrapper. Has a little bit of a sweet and spice flavor into it. And I'm pairing it with Crown Royal Peach with Red Bull.
Man, I gotta ask you,
what's the inches
what's
on
the
that
inches
damn
on?
thing?
God damn! Oh, you trying to hurt her, ain't you?
Yeah, hold on.
We gotta be careful. Flag on the blade.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Oh man, what you say you were drinking?
Crown Peach and Red Bull.
Okay. Now we gonna get to your week, man. But how was it?
Oh, it's memorable as always. Nothing like being in the Caribbean during the winter months.
Yeah, man. We about to get to that in a second, man. See how your vacation was. Oh shit, what was that?
Here we go again.
More technical difficulties. Hey, what up, Trav,
Steve
man?
said, turn your sound off.
And what he say? I did on all three phones.
Well, to my defense, that was a sound effect.
Yeah, that's right.
It's called a text.
Yeah.
A sound effect called text. Trav, what you smoking? What you drinking, man?
Yeah, man. Smoking on that Plasencia Alma Fuerte.
Plasencia.
Yeah, Plasencia.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
making
a
up
Nicaraguan Puro.
It was a placenta.
Yeah, man. Pairing it up with some.
I don't think you want to smoke that.
But yeah, man. Pairing it up again with some bamboo. You know, sweet shit. Love it.
It
Now,
look like it's busting on you early.
Oh yeah, it is, man.
It's a little humid. But one thing about that cigar, it's a pretty strong cigar. Is it overpowering the bamboo?
No, man. Actually, it's
Oh, it's
some nice
pairing up
pairing.
well.
Yeah, the sweet
Okay.
with the hard hit, man. It kind of mellowed it all out. It's pretty
Okay.
good.
How was your week?
Pretty good, man. Spent most of the week trying to get this van up, trying to expand my fleet, do non-emergency medical transport, and just trying to add to the fleet.
Hey, man, keep it going, man. Keep that money coming in. Something to Smoke 2 podcast, man. I got to move it over to my guy, Steve. He just came back from the Caribbean. Y'all know we like to travel, man. Like to have a good time. I got to see how his vacation was. What's going on, Steve-O? You looking at the cigar like it's just lovely, man.
It is, man. Ain't nothing like a good smoke. And this Canones is a pretty good one. It's not my first one with this. It's damn sure a long smoke.
Yeah.
It's a good smoke, man. So and it's under that Arturo Fuente family. So never nothing to complain about with that.
I feel you, man. How was your vacation?
Man, it was truly amazing. Just like every one of them is. Y'all know that I'm a big fan of Sandals Resorts, so that's where we go every year for our anniversary, which is on Valentine's Day. And this marked our 27th anniversary. Being
27.
27 years.
Oh, man, I know you got a lot to talk about tonight. Man.
Congrats,
27, the vet in the building.
Yeah. It's definitely, truly a blessing to have made it 27 years. That's for sure. And then the trip itself, just, man, I think every year I say this has been our best trip. And it seems like the next year I say it again, and then the next year again. And this one right here, we were in the Sandals and Ocho Rios.
Ocho Rios?
Yep, Sandals Ochi is what they call it. It's the biggest resort that they have. This one's in Jamaica. It is 100 acres out there. I mean, it is humongous. So you got to catch golf carts and buses to get places. Just from our room.
100 acres.
100 acres.
That's a huge resort.
A lot of it is where people are staying at. So but you got to get from where you're staying down. So you got what they call the seaside and then the pool side. So you got to catch the bus to go across the road to get to the pool side. We stayed on to get to the seaside. We stayed over on the pool side, which is where most of the Butler suites are, because that's once you go Butler, you never go back. That's a hell of an experience.
I'm not going back.
Yeah, it's a hell of an experience. And that room, man, it was so dope. On one side of you got your bedroom with your bathroom, and then you go out into your courtyard where you have your private hot tub and your private pool, and on the other side of that is your pool house / living room and bar. So you can do what you want in there. You cut off from the world. I think part of why we loved it so much because it kind of reminds us of home. You got your own little sanctuary right there. You ain't got to be around nobody if that's not what you want to do. So spend that time there in the mornings. Get up, get in the damn hot tub for a little while, then go get in the pool to get that blood circulating. Go from that hot water to that cold water, man. It just kind of invigorates you. Get your day started, then go to go work out for 30 or 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Come back, go to breakfast, and then get out to that pool. This time, for the first time in all the trips we've taken, I got coaxed into playing volleyball out there. And
by some of the guests.
Yeah, definitely by some of the guests. That's for sure. Some people, my wife had met. Y'all know, kind of social butterfly she is. But there's a group of people down there, man. They're about 20 strong now. They've met at the resorts and they travel together now every year.
Wow. That's all right.
They meet up. They meet up. I don't know how many days they're staying there, but it's 4 or 5 or 7. We got there and we met them. They were probably 2 or 3 days there. after we got there.
So it's like a travel group now.
And they all met on the resort, so that they
booked the same.
they do. And I think next year they're going to Montego Bay. But when you listen to them talk, it's like it reminded me a lot of us on how selective they are on who they want to associate with and don't want to bring.
Yeah, no bad vibes.
They don't want no bad vibes.
Be careful what group though.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hey man, you got the flag over there, bro.
Goddamn flag! Throw the flag!
I think my next purchase is gonna be a muzzle. I don't know if the flag gonna be enough for Z.
Hey, was it like a lot of age groups? Like, did it range, or was it more so upper age?
No, it's mostly upper age. The one thing I say about Ochi, you don't get to this. They'll have the older demographic in there as well, but more towards our age group. Some a little bit younger. Yeah. A mixed diversity more than what I've seen in previous sandals. More than what we saw when we went
a lot of different people there.
A lot more different people from a cultural perspective, which was a shock for us. Because we've been to places, man, like we went to Barbados. That demographic was so old. They're probably all dead.
You can't say that shit.
I'm just saying. I think
they lived a good life.
Yeah. I think the week I was there, 3 of them passed, went to glory.
Oh shit, man! Come on, man.
He was such a good person.
Yeah.
Putting people in the grave, man.
Before the nightly entertainment, it's like, last night such and such was dropping it. Now they dropped it all the way down.
They dropped it all the way down.
Can you think can you think of a better way to go? But
no.
But that demographic was extremely senior, at least for that time that we were there. We heard that in Barbados, that's how it is at the Sandals Resort, that a lot of the older demographic travels down there, and there were so many of them, they actually had the party pool shut down. Because you have the party pools, you have the quiet pools. There were so many of them, they didn't want nothing. I'm out there with my little damn JBL speaker, like, fuck everybody.
So you gotta play your own
I'm
music.
playing my shit. You can kiss my ass.
Man.
You don't pay that kind of money and tell me I got a hum. That's not happening.
Damn right.
Can I say one thing? And then I'll let you finish.
Go ahead. I know what you're going to say, but you go ahead.
Come on, vacation. I was trying to live out there.
I understand.
I don't want to see your
I don't want to
Yeah,
see.
man.
I don't want to see his damn vacation. Goddamn it, I'm jealous. I ain't in the Caribbean.
What Z is referring to is the pictures that Steve put on the group text.
I was just showing y'all how I converted from a hot link into a sexy bronze.
Hey man, you kept it hot, bro. You kept it hot.
He
Progressed.
He looking like a walnut laying over.
A walnut.
I did, man.
Whoa.
Okay, you go ahead.
Hey man, back
what
on
was
track.
What was your excursions like? Did you do anything?
Thank you,
Not a
Smoke.
one. We never left the resort, man. My wife left one time to go to KFC because if anybody's been to Jamaica, they got a reputation for the KFC. So we had to check that block. Our butler hooked up with a cab, took her out.
I would never
KFC.
put that together, man. KFC in Jamaica.
They say it's the best one.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
And
they say that when we was there.
Yeah.
But it's still KFC.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
They
thinking.
say it's the best thing.
It
bro.
is, and I can say it's better than the KFC we got here. And we didn't even. They got a much wider variety. Like they'll have barbecue chicken and different things like that. My wife just got the original, but the original definitely beats ours out the box without a doubt. So we had to check that block, and it was on our last day there that she went ahead and went to the KFC.
Okay.
But other than that, it was just for that experience. It made a great late night snack. When you get back at the end of the night, instead of calling room service, we had some KFC. But nothing's gonna beat them 5-star restaurants they got set up over there because they really know how to feed you in that place, and you battling every day with your weight over there. So I try to work out the semi-offset it. I know I gained somewhere between 3 and 5 pounds between the liquor and the damn food that was there. But
Yeah, come back and get on your workout.
yeah, because over there you're doing it just try to have a chance at balancing that out. But there was a lot of walking up and down hill because of it was very hilly over there. So that also helped out to be able to do that. But the experience, man, always phenomenal in there. I recommend anybody when it comes to sandals. I don't think you can go wrong with most of them, but if you want to be a little more live or a little more in this age group that we're in,
Yeah.
Sandals Ochi is probably a place to go. And their service is impeccable. And I'm gonna speak for myself from my experiences in Jamaica. They're not always the friendliest, and I've had several encounters in the 3 times that I've been there with select people. I'm not gonna say the majority, but up north the aggression was a little different than it was down south. Down south it was like almost like you around country people. You know, they just were different. They were friendly. Our butlers were off the chain. As far as how courteous they were. So never.
Yes, sir.
And then for my wife to go out to KFC, and I didn't go with her. She went with the cab driver. The cab driver was a female, but the butler's like, she'll be good. So they just went down there, and she's like, that vibe was so much different. She didn't feel any kind of way being down there. Like in the past, man, it's like stay close.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed yourself. Go ahead, Trav.
So is it more so like you had a better experience because you changed the resort?
Well, I mean, it's the 3rd resort we've been on, but one of my experiences wasn't on the resort. It was at a stop coming back. Our first time, I think we were coming back from Dunn's River Falls, which is actually right down there in Ochi, or next to it, but we were almost back up north. We stopped somewhere, to do some shopping or whatever, and for those of you who have been to Jamaica, they got a custom there that once they put something in your hand, the transaction is over minus the money. So they'll tell you, hey, keep your hands closed, don't let nobody catch you slipping. And somebody came up from behind my wife and kind of tapped her on the shoulder, and she turned around. He placed some little trinket in her hand, and she just held her hand wide open, and it fell to the ground. And she picked it up real quick. She said, I'm so sorry, I'm good, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, man, we good. He just looked at me. He's like, man, in my country, we kill white people.
You said what?
Yeah, he said, in my country, we kill white people. I said, hey, my country, we kill everybody.
Hey, the American way.
I was trying to continue the conversation. I wanted to go put my wife on the bus, but she was like, if you don't sit your ass down, I was like, I actually want to talk to him for a minute and see what he's talking about. He said he wanted to talk to me for a minute. I just want to entertain the conversation. She's like, you don't know what it takes to go to jail here. I was like, real good point. I'm gonna sit my ass down. So that's what I did and came in there. But it was like, damn, man, it was crazy. And then last time we went to Montego Bay, a couple of run-ins over there with people being a little disrespectful with their tone of voices and how they talk to my wife, especially in there. So one of the staff members caught an L last time we were there, and I know you had your wife had an experience, Chris, at the resort as well, with somebody mouthing off at her sitting at the restaurant.
Yeah, he got real quiet when I came over there. Yeah. It was gonna get ugly. Something to Smoke 2 podcast, man. I'm glad you had a good time, man. Let me ask you before we move on, did you get a massage?
Oh man, did I ever? Spent good money on it too. That one thing, nothing about sandals is cheap. Let me start off with that.
Damn sure.
But my wife
ain't cheap.
Yeah, but hey, the experience was priceless, man. My wife went in one, she went and got a massage. I was like, nah, I'm good. Stay out here. I'm gonna play some volleyball in there. And next day I was so goddamn sore, I went and got my own massage. That night I called the butler up. I said, hey man, give me no, I can't. I cry. I ain't got that. I wanted a hot stone massage. And that shit was phenomenal. And luckily my sunburn was mostly gone, so that damn pain.
You got that streak on your ass.
Yeah. Do say that again.
You got that streak on your ass.
Flame.
Yeah. She said, you got a sunburn? I was like, what kind of sunburn you talking about?
Shit.
Yeah, most of it, if I'd have had the sunburn I had when I left here, there's no way in hell I could have got a massage, but it was pretty much gone towards the end. Just a little sensitivity, more from being out there playing volleyball, because that's most of me was in the damn water.
Yeah.
So the little pain that I felt, it was like, it hurt so good, man. And those hot stones were phenomenal. So I got an hour massage there, and then bought some CBD cream and some CBD drops that you could take to help you go to sleep to avoid you having to take any type of sleeping pills or whatever. It's just kind of
natural stuff.
Not nothing prescribed to you by the VA or nobody else. Just something to help you kind of lay it down. So I made a pretty big investment there because you just can't get it. Not that specific one.
Over here.
Yeah. So we stocked up on that. Probably won't last us till we go back, because we booked to go back again in 2025.
Hey man, does it help you booking early like that?
Well, for some of these places, man, you don't have a choice. They fill up so quick. Like we're going to Coruscant next year, and we had to book that 2 years out. and we could, and 2 years out, we still couldn't get it on our anniversary week.
Damn.
We had to wait till the following week. And
Hey.
so the Dunn's River one ain't even open yet. They open up in May. So it's
People
a new
traveling,
one.
huh?
Oh yeah, man. People definitely travel. Now some of it is the timing too. That's the hottest month of the year, Valentine's, and now you got the Super Bowl sitting right there with it because they changed that. So more people are that is a hot time to go. So
Does that affect the price?
that time of year affects the price because their busy season is like November through I think April. That's tourist season. When you get into the spring and summer, people who come from these cold states and countries, like there's a lot of people from Canada and England that come over there. They don't want to travel during the summer because they got 8 seconds of heat and they don't want to leave that behind.
Right.
They're gonna enjoy the summertime while they got it at home, so they travel in the winter. Some of them folks, they come, they stay 2-3 weeks at a time. They like, because first of all, that's a long flight for some of them folks. For some of these places that they come
Sound
from.
like they got some deep pockets.
It's definitely got
You
deep
ain't
pockets,
kidding.
man. Something to Smoke To podcast, man. I appreciate that, Steve, giving us a rundown on your vacation and stuff, man. I'm glad you had a good time. Hey, can you crack that door for us real quick? Something to Smoke To podcast, man. I got to tell y'all what I'm smoking and what I'm drinking. I didn't get to that before we got into it. I'm smoking the Don Carlos Eye of the Shark. This is Fuente. I'm also pairing it with Chivas Regal 12 year on there. And I've had a good week, man. And hey, man, this pairing is amazing.
Yeah, I was about to say, how you like it?
Oh yeah, I'm loving it, man. I've had a good week, man, in the real estate world, man. Got my clients rolling. We got our repairs done on a few houses, and about to put them on the market, man. So I'm looking forward to getting that money, and keeping my bills paid.
Let me tell you something about that Chivas.
Yeah.
I went home Friday, right?
Oh man.
What? You turned. You what?
I went home Friday, right? Drunk as a bug, boy. I ain't know how drunk I was.
We did.
Man, I put new.
We knew how drunk you was because you was falling asleep playing domino.
I cooked me some ramen.
He passed out at least 3 times playing domino.
Yeah.
I put me some ramen in the microwave, cooked a little ramen. Walked back around the island in the middle of the kitchen. Walked right in the damn pole, bro. He put that square my forehead, bro.
Laid you
Like,
Yeah.
man, that Chivas ain't no joke. Boy, that job was good. I had 4 glasses.
Yeah, I get ready to say, but you kept drinking and drinking.
Bro.
I had a nice buzz too off
shit
that Hennessy
was
Black.
good.
I don't know if y'all can see it on the camera, but that was a brand new bottle before they came in here Friday, and now it's like just gone down.
Yeah, man.
It's probably going away today.
That's a smooth one, y'all. Y'all
Is that Hennessy Black gone?
Hennessy Black, nah, it still should be.
Where?
Oh
don't
shit,
see it.
yeah, it's
Maybe
gone
gone.
then.
I know I drank me about 4 or 5 glasses of that myself. I was a little tipsy
I was
myself.
nice.
Hey man, we have a good time. Something to Smoke To podcast, man. We're gonna keep it in the tobacco realm. We're gonna keep it in the cigar realm. We had some cigar news this week.
Yes, sir.
I don't even know how to feel about this news. Well, I don't like the news, but shit. In California, according to Cigar Aficionado, in California, they have proposed a bill that they will stop sales of tobacco to anyone born after January 2007.
So,
And they basically trying to ban it forever for
so you trying to tell
people.
me though, since I'm born after 2007, once I hit 21,
You're not born after 2007.
I know, I'm not. I'm
You
just
know
saying,
you're not.
hypothetically speaking, I mean, so when I turn 21, I can't buy no tobacco in California.
That's basically
Nope.
what they're saying.
If you
Yes.
born after
I don't care if you
2007.
60 years old, you born after 2007, they ain't gonna even have tobacco there.
So all the people that's
Anybody
not before that, they grandfather then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but will it even be a business at that point?
But man,
All the old motherfuckers, they gonna be like, we don't sell that no more here.
Yeah.
man, they're gonna be black marking in the mess out of that, man. In California, man.
Well, they black
gonna be on
market.
the black
They
market,
already
bruh.
black marketing eggs.
Is the reason for them doing this is to save lives?
They probably see it, according to the article, they see it as a move to eradicate consuming tobacco. And, as far as cigarettes, e-cigarettes, hookahs, cigars, and not just cigars, but it's everything across the table that they wanna combat against.
Yeah, but they also known in California to hand down these real random laws against restricting things, like especially in firearms. They're in the firearms department. They restrict how many rounds you can have, what type of gun you can have. So they kind of known for restricting the public on certain things. So that's not surprising.
Some people would say it is along they leftist, I guess, agenda, for lack of better words. But at the same time, smoking cigars, man, is a tradition. It's something that's been going on for hundreds of years, and way back when the Taino Indians, when Columbus came over here and saw the Taino Indians smoking cigars. That's how he found out about it. He didn't know about that shit before he came over here, but he came over here and led to commercializing smoking tobacco. But it started out with the Indians, bro.
So basically, they legalized weed and want to ban tobacco. Is that what I'm hearing?
Hey, see, that's
what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because weed is not tobacco. And they legalized. That's not part of that, is it?
I guess we don't give you cancer.
Yeah,
I think weed is a little bit more easy to grow. You can grow it anywhere.
Well, they probably loosening up on weed because of the medicinal things in it.
There's your tradition is weed. I mean, the Native Americans that was
that's what they was
They
smoking.
smoked that
They
too.
was smoking cigars.
I didn't realize what a peace
they
pipe
smoked
was.
tobacco. They started smoking
tobacco.
cigars. They didn't get this shit from themselves. They got this from the indigenous people, man. Something to Smoke 2 podcast, man. So basically, we are saying we are against stopping cigar sales in California, but we live in Georgia. And one thing about Georgia, we not stopping shit here, man. Something to Smoke 2 podcast, man. I'm having a good time. We just passed the goddamn Super Bowl. It is over. Football has completed. Right now we're rolling into the All-Star game for the NBA. But I want to backtrack on the Super Bowl. Most of us in here, we wasn't necessarily going for Philly, but we thought Philly would win. Well, I was going for Kansas City. I did say that, but I thought Philly would handle business. So I want to know, how did y'all feel about the Super Bowl, man? Did y'all like it? Did you not like it? What's up, man?
It shouldn't have been ended on a damn bad call from a ref. Yeah. Let the people play, man. It's football, man. It's put the flag in your pocket.
But
wasn't
there a few bad calls that went Philly way earlier
in the
game?
It's a few, but it should be a thing where you put them flags in your pocket when it comes to the end of the game.
Unless it's so malicious, but it was it. Don't get smoke started on that.
He think it was scripted.
Yeah, don't get smoke started on that conspiracy shit.
Yeah.
So was the Super Bowl scripted, Smoke?
No, I mean, I predicted that it was. I was telling. Well, I bought a couple of squares. You know, I have a friend that do those squares or whatever. You buy squares, and I predicted that it was gonna be a high scoring game, in which it was. I mean, I thought it was gonna be a shootout.
Did you win any money on the square?
Hell no, I missed that shit, man. You know, my math ain't math on that job.
Reminds me of dominoes.
I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
You said you heard it.
I set it up. But the thing was, he did like the squares where he put no numbers down. He just like, you pick a box, and then the day of, I'm gonna put the numbers all around it. So that's so you can't buy the numbers like 7 and 3 when you want to. You know what I'm saying? So it's all a mystery. So it was pretty fun though to do it with him, but I thought it was gonna be a shootout.
You thought it was gonna be a shootout.
People, when it comes to betting on these games, betting, kickoff return, waive it off for
side bets.
Shoot, they were been doing that shit.
That's like shooting dice.
Yeah. You just say they been doing that one.
Well, see that's another question. Some people are saying that internet betting has ruined the game. Some people are saying it's ruining sports right now, and I don't know about that, but
well, that's when we get into that conspiracy stuff.
How?
Well, we was already there when you took us there.
I ain't going in. I ain't going into it, man, because I don't know for a fact what happens. So therefore, I just say, hey, man, did y'all feel like it was a good Super Bowl?
Hey, man, at the end of the day, I think it was a good Super Bowl, man. what's the guy? Jalen Hurts. I think he played a really good game. Actually, he probably one of the first quarterbacks that I think should have been an MVP on the losing team. You know, Patrick Mahomes did what Mahomes do. He will.
Damn sure did that.
He'll beat you in the fourth quarter, bro. I mean, yes, he does.
Just happy to see two brothers.
And it was a good game.
As quarterback.
It was a clean, good game, other than the refs.
Yeah. You know,
Other than the refs,
Other than the refs.
we know the refs can ruin a game as well as they could.
And I
make
think
good.
on this one they did. They didn't give him a fair shot at the end because really Philly should have tied it up, or let me see, the penalty was on Philly.
they probably would have won the game if
The
had scored.
game was tied at that point, right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And then so it could have prevented them from potentially going into overtime off of that.
Because it'd have been more of a field goal as opposed to a touchdown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't. Like they say, technically it's a hold, but like you hear plenty of people say, every play there's holding that you go on, but it's not good for the game if you sit there and do that. And I mean, you really had to sit there and watch that hold. It was like, man, are you serious that you did that? Because once again, I'm not a Philly fan because I'm a Cowboys fan, so I typically hate Philadelphia. But I told y'all last time I'm all about storylines, and fair is fair, man. So they played their ass off, damn sure in that first half. And Kansas City and when Mahomes got hurt at the end of the first half, you're like, oh shit, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah, he took him back, took him in the back, gave him that juice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
here
came
we
out.
go. Here we go.
Gave him some of that feel
Hey,
good
but
medicine.
did you see the energy defensively? There was some hitting going on.
Yes, sir.
Man, did y'all see the dude who got hit on the sideline? I think it was early on. It looked like he did a cartwheel. I was like, and in memoriam of such and such, man, he got in that Kansas City defense. You had to give him the credit. That energy was so high with them. You already know it's coming from Philly because that's what they do. They're so well rounded. But that Kansas City defense was no punk. They definitely held their own when it came to that. And to see it get that close. I mean, you couldn't walk away. I was
definitely a good game.
I was in Jamaica at the time, and I went up to the dam because they had this huge, food spread out there, this buffet. I did.
He just didn't send it. He didn't send it to you.
Well, I sent y'all the pictures of cigars that they had out there.
Hungry.
That they put out there. But I mean, I did take pictures of cupcakes and Hey, I didn't send those. I was just showing you the phone after I got back. But literally, I got up after I think Philly scored and went to go get me a plate, and I came back and the damn game was tied. I missed a whole drive. Oh, wow. I was gone for like 10 minutes in line, and they had two big ass screens out there in their setup out there, so I could keep turning around and looking at it, and you could hear it through the speakers. But I mean, that quickly, man, it was like pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, man.
They was going at it.
It was a good game. Yeah, it was a good game.
You can't miss a second up, man. It was definitely a good game. I like the halftime show. I know people had their critiques on Rihanna being pregnant and everything.
I don't understand the critiques, man.
I don't either, because I thought she did a great job.
Yeah,
man.
dude, I think that was the best halftime show I've ever. That shit suspended in air like that?
I don't know, man. That Prince Fam When You one is actually pretty, it's pretty dope.
Which one?
Prince and Fam You.
Prince. Oh, yeah. I mean, but that's one of the ones.
We talking
That's one of the classic ones.
We talking NFL, man. Everybody give a damn about FAMU, man.
I'm talking about
Super Bowl.
Still voted the best.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Super Bowl performance.
Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh,
Thank you.
Prince is that guy, though.
Yeah, to be suspended in air like that.
Rihanna did a great job.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize she was pregnant. My wife said, "Is Rihanna pregnant?" I was like,
"Hey, me and my wife both was in it. It's another baby."
Yeah.
Hey, did y'all see the meme that said everybody dressed in white was the sperm cells that missed? Hey, the internet is ruthless as a motherfucker, man. But it was funny. That's some funny shit.
You should throw a flag at yourself. Bullshit.
That's the goddamn flag.
Flag at myself.
It was a Spurs.
I didn't make the meme. I just read the shit. It was funny, man. Hey, TikTok is creative as fuck.
Yes, the internet is.
Yeah,
they go internet.
I'm sitting over there like, nah, she can't. She just had a baby. Can she be pregnant already? I was like, that's got to be the harness she got on because they suspended in there.
Yeah, no.
And they was like, no, she gave hand and arm signals that she was pregnant in there. I was like,
she did.
I missed it.
She gave what?
Hand and arm signal.
Oh, I thought you said head and arm.
She
Where your mind is at.
Hold on.
God damn.
Hold on.
What did you say?
Pick that back up.
No.
Whatever it is.
Oh shit! Sunday Spoke to podcast, man. Shout out to Rihanna. Oh god.
Wow. Y'all tripping.
I thought it was supposed to be no hands, but you know.
Thank God this is on YouTube where we can't get censored like that.
Well, you know,
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Might have to edit that.
I think that one to get by. I'm not saying you can't be censored, but
beep on that part.
Yes, I'm gonna have to bleep that shit. Oh man, so the Spoke to podcast, man.
We're never going to be monetized.
Hey man, we got a bleep button. All right, we go figure out how to
Man, let me
censor
sidebar,
Spoke.
man.
Oh hell,
you
there
got
you
Audible?
go.
I do, man.
Audible.
I think Smoke, is that your niche now? You want to do the
Yeah,
audible?
man,
You
I
like
like
the
the audible,
unplanned
bro.
conversation?
He like to bring up shit we don't prepare
No,
for.
this ain't on our list though. So
But no shit. That's the audible part.
Hey man,
What's the audible, man?
Hey, so do y'all think
I was in a
y'all
rumble.
think the NBA is catching flack for them trades for Durant and doggone Kyrie?
No, I think Brooklyn was sick of their ass.
Yeah, too much drama,
They
man.
was tired, and it's crazy that they was sick of them. They like fourth in the damn East. They right in the mix. They was winning.
Yeah.
They was
Yeah,
like on an
I don't-
8-0 run.
They trying to cut out
If it
the
wasn't for
cancer.
Durant getting hurt, they would they probably been further up in there than that. But I think it's more of a commissioner's concern about those trades. Because Durant is early on in the contract, man, and it's like, dude, you really signed a contract, and you saying you can bail at any time you want. That you could sit there and like be a dick.
Well, depending on
Well,
who
you talking about
are.
Kyrie? You talking about Kyrie?
Hold up.
No, I'm talking about Durant on the initial trade request, where before they worked that out. He was demanding that trade.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not-
yeah.
I'm not-
Oh, you talking about it in something?
It's happened like 3 times. So,
Hey, man. It
happens
let me
every-
clarify.
every other
that.
week.
Yeah.
But the league give people 1-year contracts all the time, so you can't just say he being a dick just because he
But he
I want to up the league.
Smoke. He on a 4-year,
Yeah, exactly.
and he had just started it.
And after the first year, you request a trade. And I don't know how the NBA is compared to the NFL, but sometimes you get more money up front than you do on the back end of a contract. I don't know if the NBA, if they split it evenly over 4 years, or did you just sit there and collect 33% in the first year and now you demand a trade? I can't speak to that being the truth. I know in the NFL it happens all the time. Cats get dead years that they've already been paid all their money, and then they want extensions and trades and different things like that. And if you're doing that, and somebody invested that much money into you and they paid that to you, the good thing is he's such a hot commodity. Both of them actually were. That what Brooklyn got out of it, it's more like we are positioning ourselves, to maybe give ourselves a chance to go into the playoffs this year, but definitely to kind of rebuild, because you gave up your 2-star key players. However, you probably needed to get rid of them because their shit was so much drama.
Yeah, it's canceled.
Yeah, it is, and that has an impact in the locker room.
What they got into place? What they got in place of?
Dinwiddie and somebody.
Oh,
else.
but-
So did they get it in the first round picks?
Oh no!
they
Picks like a
definitely got
motherfucker.
picks.
Oh yeah.
No, they got rebuilding.
Oh yeah.
pieces.
Yeah.
They got some. They got a defensive player out of Dallas for Kyrie. Another guy. Then they got some picks. They got plenty of stuff for Durant as well. But you gave up Kyrie and Durant. You obviously not. You giving up your shot for this year,
Right.
to a certain degree. Not saying you're not competitive in the East, because it's such a tight race in there, but you can never keep the two of them on the court at the same time throughout their entire time there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
I mean, do you think it's more so for them to take advantage of getting the most of what they can get, as opposed to waiting to the back half of the contract where they can kind
I
of?
don't think it was planned. I think the energy just got fucked up over time. With the injuries and the this, that, and the other, and then I think social media plays a role in that shit too. They plant seeds.
Well, Kyrie was just complaining about the front office, that nobody know
Yeah.
who in the front office.
Yeah, and then he was saying he felt disrespected, by things earlier this year.
Well, we all knew that was going downhill.
we knew that
However,
part.
he's a common denominator in every problem.
But Durant asked for the trade before Kyrie got a trade.
Yeah. I got that. I got that part. And then Durant, because it seemed like Durant was using that as leverage to make sure Kyrie didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But then Kyrie took off, and then he requested for the third time a trade, maybe somewhere around second or third time he requested a trade. It just, Kyrie's such a great player that people still overlooked that. I mean, even I don't understand Dallas's motivation for taking him because they needed defensive help, not another shooter in there. Because I think last time I saw, they was 0-2 since Kyrie got there, since him and Luka been on the court together.
Since they've been on the court together, they won, I think, a couple games with Kyrie by himself.
Yeah,
and that was my big thing with it, is that both of them are ball handlers. That both of them hold the ball a lot. Yeah. And
so did you improve your position?
That's it.
I didn't know how it was gonna work
I
together.
told y'all, it's the same as like being with Durant.
Yeah, but I guess they trying to work out the kinks because they were two
what's his obligation
superstars.
to Dallas now?
How many years are you on the hook?
I don't know.
I think he just finishing out this year, and then he'll be a free agent in the summer.
So essentially,
You gave up all that for 1 year?
for not even a whole
He
year.
said from what he said, it's not about the money. He's just not happy in Brooklyn. He was not happy with the front office. He was ready.
But what
to go.
about what is Dallas's motivation for taking him to potentially lose him at the end of the year?
Hold
if
up,
that's
but
the
bigger
case?
than that, where is he happy at? He ain't been happy nowhere he been.
Common denominator,
Yeah.
right there, right?
Well, Dallas want to woo him to kind of they want him to stay.
Yeah,
Kyrie
I
is
get that
still
you wanna
like,
He
woo
ain't
him.
gonna stay in Dallas.
he might not, but that's what their mission is.
Do you think this is the move to get him to the Lakers? That's been the rumor.
I
Hey,
heard
I thought
about
about that too.
That's been the rumor.
I didn't hear that, but I sure thought
I
about it.
heard
Because
about
it sounds like they repositioning their roster to pick up that contract.
And that's the thing with him going. If he goes to the Lakers, I don't feel that's a guaranteed championship because you go to the Lakers. Like you lost to Golden State. I know that they like to say how Cleveland beat Golden State, but they lost to Golden State a lot of times. With Kyrie and LeBron. So I don't see how that really guarantees you a championship, especially with teams like the Celtics, the Bucks, hell, the Suns.
Well, if they make the season
Sun's
like
gonna be a problem.
and the Warriors. You can't count out the Warriors ever.
If you got Kyrie, LeBron, and AD, and you make it a 30-game season, they're gonna be unstoppable. Because
Well,
that's how much
definitely-
AD got in him is 30 games a year.
Do AD got
I was just catching on to what the hell you
I was
was
looking at you
talking
too,
about.
like, yeah.
do street
Bruh.
clothes? Anthony Davis got 30 games in him. Do you really believe that?
Has he?
Nah.
That's got to be his
Man,
average
don't be
throughout
in
the year.
there.
I don't know if he can do it
That man may
consecutively.
have 30 minutes in him.
Hey man, I seen him the other game change like an outfit at halftime.
No way.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Is that his claim to fame now?
Yes,
He's modeling.
He's diva.
He knows his nickname is street clothes, man.
Oh my god!
What about Westbrook?
Westbrook. Did Westbrook get traded or just ran
got
out the
pushed
door?
No. He went to Utah
Yeah, but
or Denver. Which one he went to?
Utah
Utah.
right now, but I think they talking about a buyout.
Because your boy went to the Cavs, right?
You talking about Spider?
Donovan.
Yeah, he
Mitchell.
been with the
Yeah,
Cavs.
he been with the Cavs,
been with
and they
the
doing
Cavs.
good with him.
Yeah. Something to Smoke 2 podcast, man. We going in on the sports, man. We got to keep this thing moving. It's been an interesting week this week. Goddamn. Shifting gears a little bit, man. Headed into our next subject. Busta Rhymes, my man Busta, Big Busta.
I read this.
Hold on, let me set it up.
go
Busta
ahead.
Rhymes basically throws a drink at a fan for touching his ass. And I got to ask the room what the hell they feel about that. She grabbed his ass, he turned around and throws the drink. What you gonna say, Smoke?
All right, I heard a woman commentator talk about this.
Okay.
She was just like, now if it was a woman and a man grabbed her ass,
Man,
she was justified to throw a drink in his face, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you have to look at it from that perspective. I mean, you can't go invading somebody's space and expect for them to act like you want them to act. Like we know as men, we look at it like, well, we don't hit a woman no kind of way.
You can't be touching
we'll
the
do
lady.
whatever. But at the end of the day, though, do that give them the right to touch you?
I mean, that's the question, but he turned around and tossed a drink at her. And he tossed a drink pretty sus, but we're going to see what the opinion
even
of the
the girl
group.
wasn't
I
kinda mad
thought
about
the
it.
drink flick was kind of,
I mean, but honestly, when you look
I don't
at
know, Bus.
when you look at the video though, it looks like he just
tried
turned
not
around and
to.
just threw it. He didn't even
He
know it
didn't
was a
know who
woman.
it
He was
was.
just throwing the
He
drink.
didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'll give him that benefit of the doubt, but
Yeah.
that was a little sus on the breaking of the wrist.
Turned around and saw that you weren't trying.
Oh man.
Had she been fine, he probably been like,
I don't think he's singing who it was.
Yeah, I think he just turned around and just threw it.
Yeah, but
Because it could have been a man.
celebrity, man.
It's a lot.
Got a lot of crazy people out here. Like how Will Smith back in the day.
He said back in the day, it was just last year.
back in the
You
day.
know, I'm not talking about the Chris Rock joke. But when he
Oh yeah, he slapped the old boy for trying to kiss him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but Will was supposed to do that. Man tried to kiss him, but Buster throwing drinks at women, like
Yeah, but nobody, he ain't know that job was a woman, man.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And then the girl though, she even said,
came out of nowhere.
she said, I didn't really mean to touch his butt, but she
Nah,
said,
she grabbed that ass.
I wanted to take a
She
picture
grabbed
with
that
it, but I did touch his butt. So
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Around Buster, he probably thought it was man.
I just
well,
That's what I think.
Actually, shout out to his security man.
Yeah, that was
I know
his
one of his
security,
security guards. He live here in Atlanta, and he's been Buster's security guard for a long time. And so I know this is not. He doesn't have a pattern of doing stuff like this, and he just reacted.
Yeah.
But I do agree that if it was vice versa, and it was a woman and a man grabbing her butt, wouldn't nobody say nothing about it. You know, they say she was right for throwing the drink at him, but it ain't this time. It's a woman doing the
you'll see,
grabbing on the ass.
You'll see headlines of Buster assaults woman in airport.
That's them to get you to click on it.
Yeah.
They want you to click on it.
Yeah,
That's,
if it wasn't on video, they would have spent it, and Buster would have been in the one in trouble.
Yeah.
What you think, Steve, man? How you feel about that shit, man?
I gotta agree with Smoke, man. If the roles reversed, it'd be different. It's almost like a non-topic, especially if he didn't throw it with hostile intent and it just kind of.
Oh, it definitely wasn't hostile.
You know, it looked hostile. He aimed the drink like bow. right
Had a lot,
in
of,
the
But did
break,
it even
had a
hit
lot
her?
of breaking that wrist though.
It didn't hit her or nothing. Did it? He ain't hit nobody, did it?
The bottle didn't hit her, but she got
I
wet.
don't want to quote it wrong. I'm joking about the shit, but I don't want to quote it. I don't know if he if an ice cube or two hit her in the eye. Or
Hey,
not.
we live in an equal opportunity world.
Do we?
Oh.
Do we?
Whoa. Whoa.
Do we?
Here we go.
Appreciate that, Steve. Heading to the next goddamn topic.
Steve throwing up the assist.
Throwing up the assist.
The alley-oop came in quick.
I got to ask the group. We got to slow down on this one because I want
Oh,
to see what he
man.
gonna say now. Has femininity killed masculinity? Has it destroyed masculinity? As far as the feminist movement that has been plaguing America.
So
for,
elaborate
forever.
what are you saying about what's femininity to you?
Feminism, not femininity. I'm sorry. The feminist movement has that over time killed masculinity. Do you feel you have to dumb down your masculinity sometime for women and for that movement? You see how quiet that gets?
Hey, man, I'm gonna put it like this.
I looked at that topic differently than the way
Yeah.
you just brought it out.
Yeah,
I thought of it.
me too. But
I
then
thought
I
of
had a
it.
conversation, and the conversation with femininity means
Feminism, not femininity.
Yeah, that's two different
so we was
conversations.
going so that's two different conversations
Yeah.
than what you got on
I was
the thing.
going off the femininity.
Yeah,
and that the
femininity.
masculine world was deteriorating because of men being more feminine.
Feminine.
Not feminism.
Well, that
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
because
See-
feminism has played a part in more men acting real feminine.
Yeah,
I
carrying
mean,
purses and
it's
shit.
it's where y'all want to take it, but really, hey,
Boy.
the feminist movement has men out here looking sus on the magazine. What's old boy that looking real sus on the magazine?
Which one?
The dude in Creed,
Oh,
Oh,
man, we
oh,
just
boy.
brought him up.
Oh, you talking about
Jonathan Majors.
Majors,
He
yeah.
on the front cover of Ebony, and he looking real, he looking real soft.
If people determine what you wear, they follow.
because it's what's Prince.
Well, yeah. What
Prince
you,
feminine?
in my opinion, what you wear is a statement of who you are.
So Andre 3000 considered feminine when he wore a pink.
Now, if
Yeah,
you,
he got a lot of flack for it. Now that doesn't mean that he is, but he got a lot of flack for it. It was a statement that he had to address in public.
So how about Prince and the
Prince
booty
had
out?
to address.
Okay,
You know how many interviews
yeah,
Prince
but
had to
he's in a
dress his
different realm.
ass out on
Yeah,
TV?
yeah, like he gets that forever pass.
Pass,
You know,
But
dude
the-
had his cheeks out, man.
But to set it up
Come on.
right, I am asking: has the feminist movement, feminism, destroyed masculinity? Do you feel like you got to dumb down yourself as a man because you got to worry about the Me Too movement? You got to worry about being talked about a certain way. Do you feel like you can't lead your house because your woman got to be strong in areas that she wasn't traditionally strong in? What is it? What y'all feel about it?
I think you account for a little bit more about what you say. Like back in the day, you just fly off the cuff and say what
Okay.
you feel.
So you say you being more, you
Yeah.
have to be more sensitive.
You gotta be
Masculinity
more.
wasn't.
I
More
think that
mindful.
definitely all
I wouldn't
men
say
are more
sensitive, I
mindful
said
what you say to women these days, as opposed to back in the day. Hey, it all fly. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like I think that's across the board.
And I'm still not looking at it from that aspect. I keep looking at it from
Femininity.
from a femininity perspective, and I think it's a generational thing. You know, because
Okay.
our generation was different. And I don't knock nobody for anything they believe. You know, their
Are you referring to the skin tight jeans?
But you know what? The fashion statement is different. You know, in there, if somebody wants to wear what they want to wear and they want to sit out there and wear these kilts and stuff that I've seen many of players wear on there. If it's a fashion statement, it's a fashion statement. But remember, these guys are still way younger than what we are, so it's still a generational thing. Some of that is a statement.
Yeah.
Get yourself noticed out there. That doesn't necessarily make you a feminine person. From the way I looked at the topic, it was this generation that's coming up, especially being in the Atlanta area. You know, with the age of the pronouns, this, that, and the other. The sensitivity levels are so much different. It's no longer that shut the fuck up, you know, type deal. It's like, excuse me, sir, you know, type shit. It's like what we define as a real man. I'm not going to knock anybody in this in the generation coming up on, you know, how they define that being, because I'm sure if we turn back the hand of time before our generation, the previous generation would have something to say about us.
Yeah.
So it just seems more extreme now, and once again, everybody has a voice, so these things can't be hidden anymore. There is no that all this stuff is gained traction, and some of it is normal even to us. You know, especially when you're in the Atlanta area. You know, I got nothing against nobody. I have no issues with your sexual preference, whether you're gay, lesbian, straight. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're not going to impact me on how I feel, and I'm not going to judge you for how you feel. And I'm not saying that at once upon a time that I didn't look at it. I just like, well, as long as it doesn't impact me, but I don't want to be around it. But as you become more exposed to it, like, don't think because a man is gay that he likes you, because you don't like every woman on earth. So every man ain't gonna look at you. Now if the man grab your ass, you know,
Totally different ballgame.
totally different.
Well, see, that's the thing. And what I'm trying to get to, do you feel as a man you have to sensitize yourself more now than ever?
Yeah.
Hell, in this forum right here, we stuttering like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Everybody trying to go around and shit.
I mean, I'm just saying, man. Hey, if you
You can't have an, almost like you can't have an opinion. You know, people are,
you can have an opinion, it's just gonna be scrutinized.
I feel like
it's like when you say or express your opinion, it's almost shut down what's wrong with it. You know, people are,
But you have to with social media, because we have social media today. We don't like back in our time. You want to say a time before us, there was no social media, so you ain't get everybody's thoughts on a platform.
Right.
You didn't get everybody's thoughts on something that everybody's looking at. So now everybody has an opinion and able to give their opinion. They got a platform to give it on. So it makes us have to sit back and say, hey man, I might have to be careful on what I'm gonna say next.
Right.
Or how I'm gonna word things. Because you got to understand that if you were stereotyped by just your color, it's always people getting stereotyped by just what they wear, how they move, what they got on their body, tattoos and all kind of stuff like that.
Right.
So you now are seeing it up front in your face. Even our kids are being brought slow down just a little bit. Like you can't say this, you can't move.
Well,
like this.
that's why I'm
that's
asking.
that.
Is that right?
No, I mean,
Should manhood just die
All right.
because it ain't so
But
sensitive?
man, what do you define manhood to be?
well, I would define it as you not sitting in the car while your woman pumped the gas, or driving down the highway. You see your wife getting the tire out the car, and
Thank
dude
you.
on his phone calling AAA. Like that's
Chivalry is definitely dead to the motherfucker.
Yeah, we know that part. It's like,
Not saying that
But no.
So we had that same.
No.
But if the man is with her.
But with
Yeah,
this
but see,
topic,
by-
you know what I'm saying? With this topic, it's making it okay to do that shit.
Yeah,
You can,
yeah.
because now you got to be. If you seen that shit, be like, man, change that goddamn
so,
tire.
so
you know, get out and pump your own damn
to my
gas.
fellas that's raising boys, and to my fellas that got daughters, so they got to prepare their daughters to see what a man supposed to treat them like, and we as fathers got to raise our sons to show them, hey man, you don't let your wife change no tire. You don't let your wife have to worry about pumping gas. You get your ass out pumping gas. Because I'm raising a young man, his mama stop at the gas station. I want him to get out and pump the gas.
Now you open up Pandora's box to previous topics about fatherless homes.
Yeah, but say,
Exactly,
there we
but
go.
that's
where I was
part
about
of
to go.
It
that's
is.
part of where
Yeah.
some would say the feminist movement is
There's no
leading
doubt. There's
the
no doubt.
death of masculinity is because
Gotta have a teacher.
they making it okay for people to say, yo, I don't even want no man. I'm going to the freaking sperm bank and I'm gonna raise my child in a single parent home.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine if that's what you want to do, but what you gonna do when that boy want to know how to be a man? What you gonna do when that boy looking at every other boy in his class and he's saying, yo, they don't wear pink or they don't dress up, play with Barbie dolls or whatever. They out there playing basketball. I want to know how to do that. And there's no man there to even teach him that.
Every child needs masculinity and femininity in their life.
You need a balance. You do.
Absolutely do.
You definitely need a balance. But I feel like masculinity is kind of being
Turned into femininity.
Yeah, we got Jonathan Major on the front of an Ebony magazine promoting a boxing movie.
But see,
looking sus.
But this the hard part for me, man. We can't look at a celebrity just cause he's on the TV.
Well, we got to, because that's what the kids are exposed to.
But that's what he
But
presented.
that's what I was telling you about having a voice in your home, setting the tone in your home. Your child gonna take into this world a whole lot of stuff, and you're gonna have to teach them a whole lot of things before you put them out into the world.
What you gonna do when the man is being pushed out the home?
Yeah, but okay, that's what I was gonna get to that. Like, this is where the United States for us has flawed us as a people. They mass incarceration, taking so many men out of home, and the women are left to try to raise young boys into being men.
Right.
If all they see is a woman point of view, wouldn't they see femininity? Wouldn't they be?
Yes, they're gonna take on them characteristics.
They're gonna take away
Yes.
on the characteristics.
That's
So
their
it's-
environment.
It's a double-edged sword, man. It's like, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? Me as raising my sons, I already know how I'm setting the tone. You know what I'm saying?
But
then
you
they
just
got
said, what do we do? We have to
but then they
take care of it in the home.
They got cousins and
So
family.
you
members
represent 50% of the population. There's still 50%
that
out there.
Right. So that's that.
It doesn't matter how good of a mother or a woman you have there. Without that male influence, a child, male or female child,
Right.
is missing something. Because they always say your daughter marries your father. That's what they look for in a man. They because that's what they're used to. So those are the qualities they look for. So if they never see that,
Right.
and if you're in maybe unstable environments and you see other representations of boys who are growing up to be men, those become your ideal men. You always you always see stuff on TV. I'm not gonna say it's a reflection of life, but you want to marry drug dealers and shit like that. That's that cool shit because it's great for entertainment. But in reality, that shit has an impact on your life. It's just like somebody who's raised in a family environment versus somebody who was not. There is a huge clash in that, and you have to either learn to adapt that, or you're probably not going to work out because your value system is different. Some people don't place value in family. They just look at it like, that don't mean shit to me because Why? Because you were never exposed to that.
Yeah, and see that's the thing. I feel like some new age men are not placing value on masculine things, masculinity, and also no, they don't know how. And also, some women are not placing value on femininity. They're not placing value on nurturing. They're not placing value on teaching and molding the home in a feminine way. Some are, but a lot ain't these days, and that's the only reason why this is a topic. It's because certain men are not even being taught to be men, and vice versa. Certain women, certain little girls are not being taught how to be a woman.
Yeah, and some of that are babies having babies and babies making babies.
Yeah,
they almost taught like to become a man. You know, you don't have to be with one man. I got many women. You listen to most of the music they listen to. You know, I just get money. I got 3-4 men. You know, I have all these bodies. That's man language. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah, but is that considered masculinity though?
No.
If that's man language, like
to me, it's femininity turning into masculinity.
But no, I'm talking about like when men saying they got multiple women, or is that teaching a boy how to be masculine?
No, I wouldn't say it's masculine. It's all toxic. You know?
You can't minimize being masculine to how many girls I got.
Right.
I'm not trying to get into that. That's not what I'm talking about. How many girls you got don't make you tougher than the next man. What I'm talking about is
but they think
man attributes, leading, logic, things like that. Security, protection. We supposed to protect, provide. Yeah. That type of stuff is what's being hindered right now.
But you gotta, I mean, for what y'all saying, you have to make them value those qualities. If they don't value being a good man, if they don't value taking care of that household,
that's what I'm saying. How can they value what they're not being taught?
I mean, even the ones that are being taught isn't appealing when you look at other people doing the things that are more attractive to you. If it's more attractive that your homeboy smashing 3 girls and you with your girl, it's not, he's not being taught that, but that's what he wants to do. You know.
But some of that, you know, when you're doing things like that and you're young, you don't have a lot of commitments out there, you know, especially you're not married. You know, you're having fun because you haven't made a commitment. But once you get to that point where you're making a commitment, whether it's you're made it to the woman or now you have a child with the woman, the game should change for you. You know, your responsibility should change. But in a lot of guys, they look at it like it's not my responsibility to take care of no child. I understand that I made it, but that's your problem because you know women are that, and so that's the fault of a man to begin with for not doing that. But if you're young and you're out there playing the field, you don't have no commitments up until that point where you're find that somebody that you want to be with. You know, more power to you. But people want to play both sides of the fence. Yeah. They want to go home to a stable environment, but when they walk out that front door, they want to do something different.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Watching mama, all these females.
Yeah.
They're gonna take on all those attributes.
Yeah. They are.
I don't want to put on makeup too. Mama's just like, oh, let me just put that on you.
Yeah. They thinking it's cool. Some of them thinking it's cool. I don't want to say all the ladies is doing that.
Yeah, I know some mamas ain't putting up with that shit.
That's not true. Some mamas ain't putting up with that, and they doing their best, even by themselves, trying to teach these boys how to be men.
But less and less is basically what we're talking about here, right? That
it's
starting
it's
to
getting watered down.
Yeah.
You got media teaching.
Yeah.
You're not sitting there monitoring.
Oh, if you let media do it right now, you done. That's why I pointed out the Ebony magazine.
Right.
You done. If a little boy look at that and he think, oh, this is my favorite actor. He was in this and he was in that, and he dressed like this, so I want to go do it.
But we're not going to get away with that. I mean, get away from that. The media is not going anywhere. Social media is not going anywhere. We can only imagine what the future is going to be like when it comes to that. So that influence is always going to be there. I mean, look at us. 20 years ago, what would this been? Nothing. We wouldn't on YouTube for us to be on nowhere. You know, this podcast thing wouldn't exist, so we wouldn't have a voice out there for somebody to hear us. And so everybody has that platform. We ain't no different than anybody else. And I think we all take great pride in what we're talking about. That we don't want to put out negative energy or anything like that. We
No,
don't want to
that-
be no
That's
drama.
not the reason for the topic put out any
exactly.
negative energy. It's really
All of us are family men.
it's really not even addressing feminism so much. It's more so addressing masculinity and men, telling men to step up and don't let it destroy you. Don't let it destroy you. You still do you, bro.
You need a male influence in your life at the end of the day, just like you need a female influence in your life.
Let them be strong and let them stand up for their voice. I personally don't feel nobody should be telling them what to do with their body and telling them they can't have abortions and this, that, and other. That's their choice.
Yep.
But at the same time, hey, don't tell that boy that ain't even, formulated his brain yet to be able to think straight.
Yep.
Don't tell him that it's okay for you to go put on dress and put on,
He
some
can't drink liquor, he
nail
can't
polish.
drive, so
and
how does he
like
get
the
to make those
opposite
choices?
sex.
Yeah.
That's another thing. We can't be telling young kids, "Oh, it's okay that you have these feelings at a young age."
Right, that's all I'm saying. And this
we
ain't
gotta
to
raise the kids.
This ain't to attack any gay or lesbian people. I don't care what you are. What I'm saying is, don't put your beliefs on these kids that haven't developed enough to make their own decisions.
Because they're so impressionable. It's no different when you talk about people in challenged communities that are raised in violence. That when you teach a 13-year-old to murder somebody, they don't think nothing about it. So when they're in adult prison at the age of 14, it's because of the environment they were raised. It didn't make them a bad person. Somebody created that bad person because of their environment. Nobody's born evil or bad, but we've all heard plenty of stories about young gangsters or killers. They didn't come out like that. Somebody put them in a jungle where they had to find out how to survive, and that's where they are. So you can't judge them for that. It's unfortunate the consequences they have to face for that, but society is not set up for them to succeed. Because if you're not part of the biggest gang in the world, you ain't got a chance anyways. Meaning the government.
I was born, about to hit my ass.
Oh, here you go.
Did you throw a drink at him?
When I looked down and I saw that thing, I said, I always want to be a boy.
Did you have to squint?
Well, I wanna say this though, for all y'all that's following us, all y'all that's looking at viewing our podcast, we trying to have a meaningful conversation of how we grow and how we move from this point on.
Yes, sir.
And the thing is, don't take snippets out of our podcast and put it out there to formulate your opinion.
Nah, listen
Let
to the whole
everybody
thing,
see the
man.
whole thing to see how we really got to where we are.
Right.
So
And please like and subscribe.
please like and subscribe.
Please like and subscribe, man. Something to Smoke To podcast, man. We can go on and on and on and on about that all day. But one guy that is in trouble with the feminist empowerment groups right now is Tiger Woods.
Oh my goodness.
Basically,
What a segue.
Yeah. What a
hey man, they on his ass, man. I don't even blame him, man. Tiger Woods playing a prank on his competitor. I forget his name, but somebody have to look it up. Basically, Tiger was I think on the 9th hole. He drove the ball further than his competitor, and after his competitor finished, Tiger slipped him a tampon in his hand, basically to say you hitting the ball like a girl.
Yeah, but let's not end it right there though. Let's say
I'm
this
not
is
ending it. I'm trying to see what people think about it.
But look though, man, we all have friends and we all play jokes. You know what I'm saying? The boys are friends. They hug, they laugh about all that. So for me and you to give our opinion on the outside looking in, we don't know what they have formulated as friends. And if it didn't offend the other man when he handed it to him, why is it offending you?
Tiger just said,
It's not offending me, but it offended a whole feminist empowerment group.
That's them, and we can't. That's two friends having fun. However they do it, they do it.
Tiger just said, "Pull your skirt down."
Yeah.
B. That's all. That's all he said in a nice subtle way. We get it.
Well, he got.
But see, that's somebody playing both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
Because you see that go the whole opposite direction. This is a man's responsibility. This is a man's. If you take me out on a date, you better come with a Louis Vuitton purse. You better do everything for me. I don't pay nothing. I don't pay no bills. All I offer is me. But hey, you slip somebody a goddamn tampon as a joke. then it's a problem.
That's a problem.
Come on, man. It's a fucking joke. I thought it was quite funny myself. That shit is hilarious. I hope you do it again, Tiger. Hey, anybody got opinions about that? Fuck you. How about that?
Oh, we got to pause.
How about that?
Y'all better watch the whole show.
They gonna be lined up outside our house.
Better come around this way.
Once again, if somebody just wants to have something to say, you know, like, oh, I gotta make something out of it, gotta get my voice out there. Come on, man. A joke is a joke. You know
That's
that.
right, man.
Eventually, comedy gonna go away. You know, comedians got it worst of all. They can't talk about shit no more. Like, You can't talk about the gay community. You can't talk about violence. You can't talk about race. You can't talk about shit.
You can't talk about a man.
You ain't gonna laugh no more. We gonna go up there, just go to church every day.
Come on, man.
Well, yeah.
I love talking
I'm sorry,
shit.
Lord.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for my brother Steve.
The Lord gave them that sense of humor. What the world? You made it way.
Damn right. A joke is a joke.
Joke.
That's a joke.
There are certain lines out there, man. That ain't one of them. Come on, man. Don't act like that. You know the intent of it is like, hey, man, you a pussy. That's all he was saying.
Pause.
Well, this went all the way left.
All the way left. All the way.
Hey, man, you know what I think he should do? He should come out with a line of tampons, you know.
Nah, man, let's not elaborate on this job, man.
The tiger stripe.
You hitting. Oh, no, I ain't following that up. Man.
Why y'all want to follow that
I
up?
ain't following up because you know I had it.
Hey, I'm just give you an example that, and I felt some kind of, I won't say I felt some kind of way, but I was like, I hope don't nobody else feel some kind of way. When I was in Jamaica, we was playing volleyball. It was a mixture of men and women. So the women, when they served, they had 2 chances to get it over the net. So if they didn't get it the first time, they got to redo.
What? Are you telling me the rules wasn't the same?
It wasn't the same.
Were the feminists like that?
Exactly. That's my point. And when I first got out there, most of the people that were playing volleyball, which I told y'all earlier about the group that I was with, they traveled together. And then after they left, we were out there, we were using the same rules. And so I was the one reciting the rules. I was like, man, I hope don't nobody say shit to me talking about women get a second chance. But not one woman said shit like they shouldn't get a second chance. You know, they just felt.
Well, those were feminine women.
Yeah, cause that's how I'm like, hey.
They took the second chance.
Yeah, they did. I didn't personally say it like this, but like, hey, men get 1 shot, girls get 2. Oh, we got men and girls. We don't got men and women. You know, it's men. I'm like, please, somebody don't say no shit about.
Oh, you slipped the girls.
Yeah. No. I said women.
You said women.
But when I was listening to other people, I was looking around like, I'm caught up in this same bullshit too, man. I'm sitting here thinking about sensitivity. I get the goddamn point that's in there, but we're in such a
so somebody else said girls.
Yeah.
Oh,
when I said it, I said women because I was like, I don't want to offend these women because they all grown women. But you know, people come from different backgrounds.
They tried to ban you to your room.
The men were like, hey, the girls get this, and maybe most of those women were with that group, so maybe they weren't offended by it. But I was like, when I ended up being the person next day after they all left to recite the rules, I was like, the male species and the female species. I was like, man, I'm not getting caught up in this shit. Man.
Yeah, to
I just want to play volleyball.
to figure out how to say
it politically correct.
Yeah, all I saw, I was like, man, I want to be competitive. I was in the pool, man. Your body's 21 years old until you get out the water, and then you 50 again and fucking laid out. But those types of things are a reality of these days. Luckily, it wasn't nobody who's like 25 years old. They're like, no, don't say that. Don't say that.
You can't say that.
Him, her, she. Yeah.
You gonna start announcing the pronouns and shit.
I made a joke out there. One guy didn't get over that. I said, hey, we said women get a second chance, so give them the ball back. You know, I'm just. Wow. I thought it was funny.
Man.
Everybody laughed.
I think it's funny right now. Yeah. Something to Smoke 2 podcast, man. We've had a good night, man. We about to watch the All-Star game. I don't even know if we want to watch this shit because it's been so dumbed down also because they don't damn near play each other the way they used to play back in the day.
How Kyrie make the All-Star team?
It's voted on. It's voted on by
by fans.
No, I understand that. It's not based off how many games you actually played during the season.
No, man. Come on. You could play one game. They still gonna put your ass in there.
I understand. I'm just starting shit.
If your name's LeBron James, you only play one game this season, they gonna vote for you to try to be in there.
Did Anthony Davis get in?
Man, why?
Okay.
Why?
He was an all-star in the 2 games he played.
Kyrie's supposed to get in with load management and Anthony not?
It wasn't just load management. He had suspension.
Yeah.
Something to Smoke To podcast, man. We about to sign off, man. We had a good night, man. We cramped in here. We tried to spread it out. Smoke our cigars and finish our drinks,
Thank
man.
you, Z, for coming along and chilling with us.
Appreciate it, Zebo, stepping in for us, man. Something to Smoke To podcast, man. We had a good time. Signing off.
Peace.